So basically, data center is not something new to the region or as a global practice. The pandemic really has accelerated the need for larger data centers today. People are adopting a lot of online entertainment services at home, Internet of Things. A lot of things have been really increasing the demand of having large data centers. That's really important, and we've noticed particularly in the Middle East here that that's really something growing fast, and we at Leviton were really poised to cope with that growth. Apart from that, if we look into how things are changing, look at Internet of Things. As an example, 2020, the population was estimated somewhere around 7.2 billion, and accordingly, you have 50 billion approximately in terms of devices, connected devices to the network. What does that mean? If we look into us as individuals today, right? We have a phone, okay? We have a tablet at home. We have other connected devices. We have a wearable, like a smartwatch. All these are really hungry for bandwidth. That's number one. So there is a massive change in data need. So in terms of trends, and to answer that question, definitely there are those hyperscale data centers driven by companies like Amazon, Google, Apple, you name it. So that's one of the main also trends that we're seeing in the market. And in particular, those companies are moving into the Middle East and really they're growing their landscape. Apart from that, we see a lot of edge data centers. Previously, some of the terminologies used were micro data centers. So that's the same basically. And that's really driven by 5G, Internet of Things. In 2021, the estimated traffic, IP traffic, is somewhere around 20 plus zettabytes. So that's really huge. And that's really driving the need for further data centers in the region or even worldwide. So Leviton, since inception, and before going into the particular question, it's a 115 years old company driving really innovation into the market. In terms of really data center specific cutting edge technologies, we were the first company in the industry to have Category 8 approved by certifying bodies. What does Category 8 mean? It's the 25 giga and 40 gig over copper. And we had the full end-to-end solution in place for data centers. Apart from that, we do have the 24 fiber pre-terminated solution or end-to-end solution, and that's really unique. And we were the first company as well to have that 24 fiber in a single connector. What does that also mean to clients really looking into data center? That gives them the possibility to migrate from current 10G into 40G and 100G and maximize their return on investment. What's really important in data center world today is not the product. Okay, product is important, absolutely, having the right product in place, quality product, but the capacity of the vendor to bring scalable solutions. Because you don't want to really fiddle within the data center space, that you're putting your business at risk. So the Leviton capacity is not just products. We are a huge manufacturer, but we've got in-house expertise also to understand the client needs and be able to tailor the right solution for them, not just for day one, but for day two and within their growth journey. Leviton released E2X HT, which is one of the interesting solutions for us. It's a hybrid data center platform for fast deployment. So it's like a plug and play solution where everything comes from the factory pre-terminated. And it gives you the possibility to put both fiber and copper on the same chassis. What does that mean? Number one, you're reducing your space. And data center, the more you can put within the data center, the more clients you can bring in. If we're talking co-location here, that means you're generating additional revenue. So flexibility is one. Number two, scalability of the solution. And one of the unique features when it comes to fiber in particular for the E2X HD, the cassette itself, the back of the cassette takes the MTP connector and that swivels from the back, which really helps the bending radius for the fiber. Zone cabling, it probably is a new terminology to some in the industry. However, at Leviton, we launched that, I think, back in 2003. But what was missing there is the adoption of the technology. And probably there was concerns about the permanent link. So today, that permanent link can take you up to 65 meters, delivering 10G over copper. We've seen recently an increased demand on having zone cabling into the data center space, not just data center, but as well as connecting the endpoints like the Wi-Fi access points, the cameras, because that cable in particular gives you not only a better or a smaller outer diameter, but it delivers power over Ethernet to your endpoints. I'm sure today we're hearing the buzz of energy saving, sustainability, and white panels in the white space or in data center would come into play. We have a lot of global accounts, giant companies that they bring their own specifications from the US or from Europe into the Middle East, and where white panels are required. So we're fulfilling against those requirements. However, to drive energy bills down, to be more compliant with the green requirement, yes, there are some clients that they are really considering white panels within the data center space, or probably they're looking at a bigger view of that, implementing even white cabinets or containments as well. At Leviton, we do have the white patch panel solution, whether it's on the fiber side or whether it's on the copper side, as well as the black. So black is by default there in our portfolio. So we're not really challenged to bring in new products in place. The capacity that Leviton has from research and development has really poised us to grow and make sure that we're really realizing the client's requirement. There are so many criteria to measure success, and each company has got their own, basically, evaluation criteria. At Leviton, we evaluate success both internally and externally. When you see your team poised to grow, energized, going the extra mile, that's really one of the success measures. And definitely, growth year over year is another area where you need to look into. That's one. Two, apart from a customer success, which goes to the external part of it, I think we've really succeeded, in particular during the pandemic between 2020 and until 2021, in delivering against mega projects in the region. And when I say by mega project, those are critical infrastructure, whether in the healthcare, whether in the banking sector. So we've got the capacity, and I think that really helps in driving success further within Leviton.